Joined by Coach Michael Baker from SPAR KZN ladies. Michael, day 2, how are you feeling today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously nervous. Every game in IPT you can't take for granted, so we've got to take every game seriously, and obviously before every game I think a little bit nervous, but in the same breath I think we had a good start yesterday and hoping to build on that.
Yeah, as you mentioned, had a heated start yesterday, fantastically consistent. Is there anything you'll be looking to change today, or just maintain that same formula?
Yeah, I just think a little bit more consistent. I think we did waste a couple of chances, and it took us a while to actually trust everything we worked on in the build-up, so hopefully we can start off trusting the process and what we have been doing.
Should we look out for any special moments of flair today?
I mean, with someone like Lillian in your team, anything can happen.
Perfect. Thank you. See you.
Thank you.
Good luck. I don't know. Joining by Coach Ian Nadir from Western Province Pens. Coach, exciting start this morning?
Yeah, I know, very, very excited. Obviously yesterday a bit of a rocky start, but I'm very actually pleased with the way the girls have been performing. Just not using our opportunities, and I think there's minor changes that we need to look at today, and if we can fix those, we think we're going to have a good clash ahead.
Anything special we need to look out for this week, building on your prep and what you want to bring to the tournament?
No, I think just the players and all playing as a unit. They're definitely playing for each other. Being the Penn side, the only B side in this tournament, they're definitely a lot of great fighting spirit. They're definitely not standing back for anyone. So just in general, good team hockey.
For the viewers at home, you talk about fighting spirit, and what else would you say would be the secret sauce for this side, for being such a competitive side, despite being the only B side here?
Just the intensity that we're playing at. The girls really giving each other, and like I said, just putting everything out on the floor, not standing back, and I think just generally just apply as much pressure on the opposition as possible, and with trying to minimize the errors.
Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. You need me to carry that for you.
If you're 5 minutes to the pitch, you wait 5 minutes. 10 minutes, you 10 minutes. 1 minute to 1 minute. Yeah, but you've got to make sure you give everything on enough legs. You can make substitutions. You can get everybody on there. If you're tired, lift your hand up. But I'll try to make sure that you manage it as properly. But at the same time, that's what I expect. When you're on that field, if you need on there, you lay out 150%. Okay, that's the only way we're going to step up against these players. And that's how we're going to actually give ourselves a fighting chance. If we fight for every second, every minute, one chuck at a time, and we work towards the end. Go.
Dance. Let's go.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2, Day 2, Ladies IPT 2021. We have SPAR KZN Raiders in black playing against Western Province Pens in sky blue and white. My name is Bryce West, and thanks for joining us. I am joined with my co-commentator Randall Crisp. Randall, welcome.
No, I'm just a co-commentator now. I thought we were family, bro.
yeah, looking forward to another spectacular game. Western Province Pens surely want to get onto the scoreboard nice and early and get their quality that they played yesterday with a very good defeat, a very good game yesterday. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to a very good game here in Cape Town at the Hartleyville Stadium.
Yeah, no, for sure. In the KZN Raiders, the SPAR KZN Raiders setup, we had a few standout players. As mentioned by Coach Michael Baker in the pre-match, Lillian Duplessis being one of the key players for him. We also had a few stand-up performances from Jess Lauder, Amy Edrington, Kaylin Denbakker, as well as Jess O'Connor, the captain. In the ladies, the Western Province Pen side, any particular players you want to point out as standouts and members to watch?
Yeah, I think yesterday Rebecca Caps, she was fantastic down the right-hand side. Very quick, good ball carrier. Chelsea Tomlinson also was very good in the centre of the midfield there yesterday. And then in the heart of defence, Sam Smuts. So yeah, they got some quality, and that's just a few of the names, and there's obviously a few more that we will look out for and speak about during the game.
And in the umpiring positions again, we have Michelle Joubert as well as Jonelka Swanepoel. As we see KZN immediately starting a few trips and tacks there.
It's a very positive start here by Province. Yesterday they're holding off a little bit in their press, but from the get-go we see Lizay Stein blind pressing Jess O'Connor, but just falling over the ball, and yeah, now they stepping the press up quite a bit, which is good to see, applying some pressure on the SPAR KZN Raiders, which I think is a good thing to do. And just if you're going to put them under pressure, they're going to make mistakes, and I think that's what Pens need to do from the get-go.
Yeah, well, even in the last match that we saw between Northerns and Bloemfontein, or Free State, apologies, the second half of the match started with almost the entire Northern squad within 15-20 meters of the halfway line. So again, positive start to see a great interception there by Tatum Krauts. Big ball up going up on the right side, unfortunately unable to connect.
Just got some interesting news there. The SPAR KZN Raiders are 3 players short today. 3 of the girls are actually writing matric finals. They are not playing in this game.
Oh wow.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it would be Laken Brissett, Syrian Fourie, and Danny D'Oliveira. So good luck to them writing their finals today.
Imagine writing finals at senior IPT.
Donna Small with a great little fast break and a direct ball. It's a 4v2. Donna Small keep going, and Nydia Vermeulen with a great tackle and then winning the foot.
And there seemed to be a little bit of miscommunication there with regard to the follow-up on that loose ball.
Yeah, we had, I think it was Karen Swanepoel that was pretty much just standing on the goalkeeper there. So SPAR KZN Raiders leaving one player high up and really questioning the Western Province Pens defense and seeing if they're going to go man-to-man and create more space for them to attack in with their midfielders, or if they're going a little bit more zonal. It'll be interesting to see if that's going to be a tactic employed throughout the game today.
Coach Michael Baker mentioning that consistency will be what they will be looking for from today and going forward. They definitely do have plans in place, as we see
Chelsea Tomlinson turning over the free hit there. And captain of the Western Province Pen, Leanne Lawrence, starting the fast break, but Jess O'Connor dealing with it. Bringing Price Lewis on the ball. Overhead throw, no danger. Jess Loudon cleans up at the back for SPAR KZN Raiders with a skip pass.
It's fantastic to see the confidence in both sides. Turn and go, opting to go back and take advantage of the space that is being made available as they slowly creep forward, crossing the halfway line. Just Lauren being hassled by the bigger caps. Unfortunately,
Yeah, Rebecca Caps just jabbing it out straight over the baseline. And if it goes directly over the baseline like that, umpires tend to upgrade that into a penalty corner. I think Rebecca, straight after doing that, she did apologize to the team. And she was just making sure that there was no loose ball in the D. But a penalty corner is the outcome of that. Just under 4 minutes played, and SPAR KZN Raiders with their first penalty corner. Yesterday we saw Lillian du Plessis on the first cast of their number 11 with a few drag flicks with good saves by the keeper. Will they go the same today? It was a great flick low to the right between the keeper and postman, and it is in the back of the net. SPAR KZN Raiders with their first goal of today. Lillian du Plessis adding another one to her tally. She scored 4 yesterday and takes her to a total of 5 goals, and she's still got pretty much the full second game to play.
A fantastic control there of that drag flick. Perfect height, perfect speed.
Yeah, I think Lillian's going to be definitely one to watch today, and for the rest of the IPT. I think she was very dangerous yesterday. Like we said, scored 4 goals, and I'm sure Western Province Pens would love to keep her quiet. And a fantastic ball there by Megan Price-Lewis. The roll slap to Lizzie Steyn, who just couldn't control the ball. Western Province Pens putting on a very high press over here. It's great to see them being so positive in the beginning of this game. Some good aerial skills there by Amy Etherington, winning the free hit. The Raiders have 2 players nice and high in the D starting there, really stretching the field. It's good connections from the back there and a good outlet pattern, but turned over by Kaylin Marie. Leanne Lawrence on the ball, spreads it wide to Sam Smuts. Sam Smuts is losing control and has hit the foot of the Raiders player, and she's won the free hit. Yesterday, Randall, you were with me when we commentated the Western Province Pens against Northern Blues, and just as I was leaving, I actually caught Coach Inyo from the Pen side in the parking lot, and he said yesterday was a nice eye-opener for him and on certain things that they can work on, and he wanted to implement today. And I can already see that their press is a lot better than what they had against the Northern Blues. They gave Northern Blues a lot of space yesterday, which allowed them to attack, and we saw them down the right-hand side getting lots of entries, and now they're implementing a bit of a higher press and making it a bit more difficult for the Raiders to play freely, which is good to see.
Yeah, I believe you were with AJ yesterday. The other version.
Apologies.
Yeah, positive hockey seems to be the theme of the second day. Yesterday, first match is still finding feet, getting skills together, learning names a little bit more, and learning sounds from each player. But as we see, and the big drive coming through there by Rebecca Caps all the way in.
As we see, Rebecca Caps, one to look out for, very dangerous. And great carry down the left-hand side there. Very exciting every time she gets onto the ball. And I'm sure that the Western Province Pens would love to see her a little bit more on the ball. She creates lots of opportunities and good rotations out there. Unlucky Amy Pert could not just reel that ball in.
If you are just joining us now, ladies and gents, the score is still 1-0. A little bit of technical error showing up 2-0 on screen. But we will fix that in a moment. And Lil Doop, as she is commonly known in the comment section.
Great strength there by Donna Small to keep the ball. She looks to take on Kayla Marie one-on-one, and Sam Smuts just guides it over the baseline, not deemed on purpose, just a deflection, and that is okay, and that's why it's just a long corner. Lillian du Plessis with a nice little drag in, come off the Western Province pen stick, and it is a long corner again.
The attacking speed of the SPAR KZN ladies side has been something of interest. If we just look at the absolute pace with which they find their way through, and as I say that, we have a turnover, and here comes Pens.
I think they're just maybe just a little bit too direct from the long corner. Pens had 3 players on the top of the D. But I think the Raiders could have got maybe a few more outcomes if they'd used the width of the field and really just moved the Pens defense. As we see a couple of substitutions for Western Province Pens and KZN Raiders. Some good combination play there between Donna Small and Sarah Bingham. Ball's gone into the goals off a Western Province Pens player, and it is a long corner. Pens back in numbers, making spaces really small, no line with Leon Duplessis with some fantastic stick work and a shot at goal and a fantastic save there by the goalkeeper Western Province playing Jana Marie Boertes. Amy Pertz does well to keep that ball in, plays a crossfield ball. No one's able to be on the end of it, and it's gone out for a 16. Quite an open end-to-end game in the opening 10 minutes, Randall.
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement happening here. I think what's been quite interesting to see is the speed of the Pens counter-attack. Just bring it from nowhere. And at the same time we have this patient build-up from SPAR KZN ladies.
It's good to see I see the Pens have just adjusted their press slightly, with the Raiders having their two fetchers in the back four. They're playing in between the strikers and the midfielders, and they were just a little bit free. But now I see the two midfielders have gone to mark the two fetchers, which has nullified that a little bit, and they've just dropped one of their midfielders out to mark the free, and that allows them to have another free centre back still. So good adjustment there in the first 10 minutes. I'm sure Coach Ian Diaz sent that message out with the substitutes that went on, and a fantastic carry down the left hand side there. Good infield, and she gets the shot off, and another great save by Jana Marie Boertes, not deemed dangerous by the umpire. And that carry down the left hand side was Courtney Dupree. Fantastic stick work, as Rebecca Caps with a foul on Jess Lardent and the first green card of the game. She'll be off for 10 minutes. Pens down to 10 players.
Yeah, a little bit of a clumsy exchange there.
Sure, Pens will just want to slow the game down a little bit. Try get those 2 minutes done as quick as possible. Megan Price Lewis with another fantastic ball inside, and a great touch there by Clausen. Fortunately, Pope just could not get onto the end of that ball. Some good patient build up here by the Raiders, just moving the ball from side to side, switching it to help side where the space is.
Clausen unlucky. They're seeing the pass, but what a fantastic
Great pick up there by Kaylin Dembaka. Linda Duplessis with some fantastic vision there and spreading the ball again. Very good build up play there by the SPAR KZN Raiders, moving the ball from right to left, back to right. That's very difficult when they're playing through the press there. Makes it quite an unorganized press, but well done there by the Pens. Sam Smuts driving into the midfield, gets through, gets the ball to Aisha Ibrahim.
Many of the players here having some support in the stands. You see many people working from home, working remotely, as they would say. Interplay there by between Noel van der Walt.
As we see Western Province Pens go back to full numbers, Rebecca Caps just on the field and receives the ball, but a great double tackle there.
Michelle Dubé seeing something, just reprimanding one of the players.
Michelle Tallis just passing the ball ahead of a player, and it's gone out over the sideline. Alia Dolly just could not get on the end of that ball.
and Du Plessis being involved in quite a few of those free hits on that left side for the Raiders.
I think it's quite evident that Lillian is fetcher number one, and they want to get on the ball as much as possible. You know how dangerous she can be when she's on the ball. Fantastic stick work and vision. So if you can get on the ball in the midfield as much as possible. As we see Courtney Dupree on the break here, hits the ball in. And as Tatum Kraus just mistrapped it a little bit, she's still got some good aerial skills. I'm sure she will look to win a penalty corner, and she's just played it behind her back onto the foot of the Western Province Pens player, and it is another penalty corner to the SPAR KZN Raiders with just under 1.5 minutes to play in this first chukka.
That is another fantastic piece of build-up there. A little bit of a miscommunication and a mistiming of tackles. What do you foresee as being the method here in the short corner? Keep it simple, or?
I think I'll give it to Lillian again, but we do have Jess Laudent on the slip there. You can also rip one, so it'll be interesting to see. Donna Small with a great injection, and it's Lillian again, just slid off her stick, and it's well defended there by the Pens captain Leanne Lawrence.
We saw in the last match between Northern Blues and Free State, Kim Hubach scoring a fantastic slip drag. Second goal.
Then obviously looking for that backhand. She had almost scored a fantastic backhand yesterday, the upright crossbar, but she's won another penalty corner. I'm sure Pens would not be happy with the way they dealt with the long corner after that, and conceding another penalty corner straight away. Seeing the last penalty corner, maybe it was going to be more of a slider than a flick from Lillian. Will they go the same, or are they going to use a variation? Another fantastic push out, and it is a flick on goal. It's hit the first wave, not in a dangerous area, and it is a re-award. A lot of talk at the top of the circle there between the KZN Raiders, as you can see on screen. Donna Small coming to get the message as the injector. Let's see what.
Cap's just saying that the ball hit her on the knee, but Michelle Dubé saying you were not standing upright.
I don't think it was dangerous. I think it was the correct call by our experienced umpire. And it was going to be the slip to Jess Laudent, and if Pens can get the ball going, they have a lot of numbers up. Can Claassen find a connection here? If she could just move the ball quickly, there's an overlap for the Pens. It's broken down. Claassen takes it quickly. Or open play inside the D. It's hit Jess O'Connor's foot just inside the 5-yard area. KZN Raiders got numbers back now. Rebecca Capps on the ball. Some good stick work. Plays it in. Amy Potes on the ball. Can she manufacture a shot or get a penalty corner? It's well defended there by Jess O'Connor, and the Raiders come out of the ball. Lillian Du Plessis just running in the corner. 10 seconds to go on the clock. Just going to keep the ball. Doesn't look like the Pens are going to look to try win it back. And they're happy to let the first chukka go out. And that's the end of the first chukka. SPAR KZN Raiders 1, Western Province Pens 0. Randall, what are your thoughts on that first chukka?
It's starting to look like a tale of two stories here. We have the patient build-up of KZN looking to take advantage of those spaces that were made available to them in the field, and on the other end we have Western Province Pens with a fantastic counter-attack. And you know, the scoreline is 1-0 right now, but you can almost feel like there's a lot more in the bag waiting for us.
Yeah, I think it's been quite an open game, and unfortunately I think for Western Province Pens in the final third, not as clinical as the SPAR KZN Raiders. I mean, the Pens have been there quite a few times, but the defense of the SPAR KZN Raiders, can't take anything away from that, has been superb. And on the other end, SPAR KZN Raiders getting a lot more outcomes and winning some penalty corners, and I think a deserved lead going into the second chukka. But very positive start by the Western Province Pens, and I'm sure if they can keep the momentum going and just tidy up slightly high up on the field, I'm sure they would want to get a few more outcomes before the half time and maybe pull one back.
Yeah, as we see the umpires having a little bit of a midfield discussion, but chukka discussion. Always great to see the exchange of tips and working well together. And looking over to Ian O'Dear's discussion here with the Pens, with Liz Stein pointing something out.
It's always good to get some player feedback. Coaches can only see so much from the side, but the players are actually on the field and they have to deal with certain scenarios, and it's good to have player feedback to the coaches so they can assist them in the tactics and organization, especially of the defense, to make sure that they're more structured and tight and not allowing the opposition to go forward.
Second chaka about to get underway. And
Time has started.
Started time again, so they
Strict on the time there.
second time we're seeing this today where
And it is a free hit, as Western Province Pens took too long to start the chaka and has now been overturned, and it's a free hit to the SPAR KZN Raiders.
second time this has happened today where the match kicks off without, or the pushback is signaled without both sides on the turf in time.
It's a lovely one touch there, pass by Calendar Bakker and Donna Small, and SPAR KZN Raiders thought they may have had a penalty corner, but it's a free hit just outside the D. Some good combination play on the right hand side here. Donna Small has had a fantastic start to the game, looked very dangerous on his right hand side, and what I really like about it is very forward play, and I love to see forward play. We love to see attacking and confidence in players. It's a good base setup here by the SPAR KZN Raiders. Some good power angles from the outside half to the centre back. So that Lillian drops in there to create a back five, and pushing at the outside half a little bit higher. Going into the back five very dynamically, which means the Pens need to identify that and actually realign their press. And if they don't, I'm sure with some bit of patience that the Raiders will find a lot of space on the outside. As a good double tackle, but it's hit the foot of Megan Price-Lewis, but Western Province Pens have won the free hit. It's a lovely little ball into space there. Amy Pote collects it, and she's passed it to Clarkson. She comes into to Michelle Bennett into the D. Can she get an outcome here? It has gone just under the goalkeeper then, and is out for a 16. Another great attack there by Western Province Pens, but unfortunately just not clinical enough inside the D there. They had Noel van der Walt on the right hand side in acres of space, but a good tack under the shoulder to Michelle Bennett, who's now down inside the opposition D, as you see on your screen. Seems she's been a little bit hurt and she is limping off, and it looks like she's going to come off, and Rebecca Caps is going to come back onto the field for her. And I was just having a look at the Western Province Pens build-up. I think I would love to see them playing into the midfield a little bit more. Got some quality in that midfield, and they're playing a little bit side to side and going down the sides, which is pretty much where the SPAR KZN Raiders are looking to turn the ball over in their press, and they're playing into the traps. I'd love to see them test the press down a little bit the middle, get Chelsea Tomlinson on the ball as a fetcher, as we see Lizzie Stein win a quick free hit and take it quickly. Not 5 from the free hit, and it is a yellow card deemed a deliberate breakdown just outside the D, and you can see Michelle Hubert pointing 5 minutes, and we have our first yellow card of the game. It is number 16, Kaylin Den Bakker. Rebecca Caps has the shot and it's come off Chardonnay Pennison, and is a long corner. Western Province Pens must definitely take advantage of this run. They've got 5 minutes now with a player up. I would love to see them go full out here and try to get back into the game.
Yeah, it's never great to see yellow cards coming through so early in the game, because we are into the second chaka. But professional fouls remain professional fouls.
See Jamie Chisholm on the right hand side come off of the KZN play, and it's another long corner. Western Province Pens enjoying some territory here. I think if they can organise a little outlet around the back to help side, a lot of space on the left hand side here, but a bit too direct, and it's gone in, cleaned up by Lillian Duplessis.
A little bit of help there from Pumi Mbanda.
Pumi with a great clearance to Jess Lardent. And you got Karen Swanepoel. Great infield break, and Pens haven't dealt with her, and she's kept on going, and Jamie Chisholm gets in attack. But it's come back to her, and it's just hit the back stick, I think. Yes, the Michelle Ube blows up the back part of her stick. It's a free hit out. I'd actually love to see Pens throw a player up into the D now, having that extra player, and really test the 10 players of the KZN SPAR Raiders.
One thing that's been also interesting in watching the Pens play, they haven't been playing any aerial balls. No aerial balls, no big balls. They're just looking for easy balls on the outside. Amy Pout looks to find a way around Jess O'Connor, but Jess O'Connor and Lillian Duplessis
so much experience.
Telepathically.
They have all the areas around them covered. Lillian passes up to her upside. Nice patient build up. Jess O'Connor finds herself in the midfield around the fetch rolls and spreads it again to the right hand side, and it's a fantastic long ball all the way to Karen Swanepoel. 2v2 high up in the D. It's a 2v1 if they can keep the numbers going. Takes the backhand, hits the foot of Lydia Vermeulen, and it is another penalty corner to the SPAR KZN Raiders.
Kaden and Kelsey, the sisters in the squad.
SPAR KZN Raiders doesn't feel like they're playing with 10 players on the field. They're very comfortable in possession, and almost every attack that they have, they get in an outcome. So I'm sure that coach Michael Baker would love them to extend their lead. They've had a few penalty corners, only scored the one, which was the flick of Lynn Duplessis. They tried to do the slip to Jess Lardent, but it didn't work out on the previous one. What will they be doing this time? It is a slip to Lardent on the drag. It's just gone over her stick. It's hit the back stick, and if Rebecca Caps can move the ball, a lot of space for the Pens to attack into. The Zay Stain, can she get on the end of it? But it's well handled by Tatum Kraus, and it's freed out.
Another fantastic drive here by SPAR KZN. What a
Donna
save.
Small on the left hand side this time. Again, as I said, very dangerous today. A lovely backspace shot there from Karen Swanepoel. I love to see that from the strikers, not shooting in an uncomfortable area, but she created space behind her and got the shot off, but it's just gone wide. It was good pressure there by the Western Province Pens player. Got a few comments on our stream. Ishan says the stream is absolutely quality. Mustafa Kasim joining us from Germany, and I'm sure he's with Diane Kasim as well, watching the game. It's great to see them supporting the girls from all the way from in Germany.
Another patient build-up coming through here. Someone who we
That's
also
a great step there by Kaylin Marie.
someone we're looking to see in defense here for SPAR KZN Raiders is definitely Chardonnay Peniston. She had a fantastic game yesterday. Very involved in tackling phases.
SPAR KZN Raiders still down to 10 players, still got that yellow card. Can't be much time left on it. Rebecca Cap plays a nice direct ball in, but it's well deflected by Jess O'Connor at the top of the D. She's had a solid game in defence there. Not much has got past her, showing her quality and experience. And it's good strength on the ball there by Donna Small, winning the free hits.
And just over 7 minutes left in the second chaka first half. Any stand-up performances for you so far, Coach Bryce?
Yeah, I think Donna Small has been phenomenal for the SPAR KZN Raiders when she's been on this right-hand side. Some very forward and hard driving runs on the ball, and she's been very difficult to contain. Jess O'Connor has been solid at the back. Karen Swanepoel's found herself in some great areas, and I'm sure that she wants to get onto the scoreboard. I'm sure she just needs to be slightly more clinical and she'll be able to get onto the score sheet. Rebecca Caps for the Western Province Pens, dangerous as always. But I'd like to see a few more of the Pens players step up and really take the game to the SPAR KZN Raiders, as Donna Small with another intercept runs over Jamie Chisholm, cuts inside. Quick ball, but great intercept there by Sam Smuts, which he's just lost it to Sarah Bingham. Leon WC not happy with that call, but Leanne Lawrence quick on the attack.
Looks like we have a big ball. Potentially big ball as Misha Bennett was calling for the big.
I'd like to see a little bit more dynamic movement from the Western Province Pens up front. Very straight line running there. I think if they can run a bit more of angles, they will be able to spread the defense and maybe receive the ball through the lines of the press of the Raiders. And a little bit too flat and reactive and not proactive. You see Chelsea Tomlinson driving with the ball, trying to get it under the shoulder, cuts in, wins the free, it takes it quickly. Lindupsy cannot make a tackle, she's not far, but it's well handled there by Jess O'Connor again in the heart of the SPAR KZN Raiders defense.
Kelly Marie with the intersection, finding a way straight back at top deep. A little bit of a scramble here.
And who other than Jess O'Connor getting the ball out, and we are seeing a card here for the Raiders. It looks like it was a green card.
It was a green card,
and it is for number 3, Tatum Krauts.
Tatum Krauts just went back on. I believe it was Lusanda Machali.
Apologies, yes, I thought I saw number 3 on her score there.
I don't worry, the age affects us all, so.
Western Province Pens enjoying some possession and territory, but not getting anything out of it. And Michelle Tullis just a little bit too casual there on the receive, and it's gone out, and all the pressure off the Raiders there. Raiders down to 10 players again, and I'm sure Western Province Pens would love to see an outcome just before the half time comes with 4 minutes 20 to play. I think I'd love to see a little bit of a more aggressive press here from the Western Province Pens, allowing the Raiders to play freely around the back, moving the ball left and right, and very difficult for the press to cover the whole width of 55 meters. And it's going to create a lot of spaces, and the Raiders love coming down the right hand side and they enjoy the long ball and skipping through the press. And I'm sure Coach Inodia would have a chat to his players at halftime that they're just got to be slightly more compact and moving as a unit as they press, and not allowing the Raiders just to play so freely. As we see Kaylin Den Bakker driving, fantastic stick work, has the shot, gone far post. Unfortunately, Courtney Dupree just couldn't get the deflection in. It was a lifted ball across, and Michelle Hubert has now said it is dangerous, or it's come off her second, but at the end of the day it is Western Province Pens ball.
Kaylin Den Bakker, one of the young players on the outside, very confident in the ball.
Sam Smuts in the midfield. See, that's what I like. It's a great ball down the line there by the captain, Leanne Lawrence, but Shea Bennett unfortunately just can't really in the pass. But that's what I was asking the Pens to do earlier, Randall. They have played the ball into the midfield, then out, and then down the line, and it's a lot harder for the press to deal with that, and it's very positive outletting there by the Western Province Pens. Rebecca Caps on the ball, dangerous as always, but cleaned up at the back.
Interesting to see when Pens have the ball, there always seems to be a pocket of 5 or 6 Raiders bearing down on them. Just happy to sit back maybe 3 or 4 meters and force that ball to go around. That's Klassen. That could have been a very, very interesting event if she was able to track that one.
It's great anticipation there by the left forward of Western Province Pen, seeing the big ball coming down. As soon as you can see, she saw Jess O'Connor get her eyes on her go in the slap, she stepped and unfortunately just couldn't handle the ball. For me, the Western Province Pen's front three just a little bit too narrow, allowing a lot of space on the outside. As we see Lusanda Machali on the ball, I think I'd like to see the Pens strikers maybe a little bit wider, maybe a little bit higher, not allowing the SPAR KZN Raiders just to move the ball so freely around the back. And I think they will be able to force him to go a little bit more direct. And you see Claasen's another intercept, but just going underneath the stick. She's really, I would say, maybe creating a bit of fake space there. Maybe they've identified that Jessica loves playing that big 45 ball across, and if they can get that intercept with the speed they have up front and create a little counter attack,
Yeah, she has been quite smart in covering those areas.
Rebecca Capps winning a free hit from Lillian.
Maybe the viewers at home could give us a little bit of a prediction of when do you think Amelie Klaasen will be collecting that ball? Give us a timestamp.
Thanks to everyone that's joined us in the stream. Please send through your comments. We do have it open next to us, and give shout outs to any of the players, your friends, family. Michelle Tallis plays the ball to Nidia across the D.
That was
A bit dangerous, but it's worked out. I think Pens, if they can just go forward a little bit quicker, it was some good board-up play, but maybe just a little bit too slow in going forward, and it allowed the Raiders press to shift across, and they've actually turned the ball over, and it's a great ball through. One-on-one of the goalkeeper. It's a great save by Anna Marie. Michelle Tallis cleaning out, and there could be a fast break here for the Western Province Pens. Michelle Bennett is slowing the game down a little bit, turning her back, getting in the 1v1. So it's well defended there by the SPAR KZN Raiders.
so she's far and took a ball to the head.
I think it was the stick on the follow through of the pass. Just head on the throat.
Very uncomfortable, but she seems to come off.
And the aerial dangerous there. And that brings us to half time of game 2, day 2, here in Cape Town Hartleyvale Stadium, the home of Western Province Hockey and Senior Ladies IPT 2021. We have the SPAR KZN Raiders 1, Western Province Pens 0. It's been a fantastic first half, and really looking forward to the second half, and I'm sure the coaches are going to get their messages, ideas and tactics across, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the second half, Randall. And I think a well-deserved scoreline of 1-0 to SPAR KZN Raiders, but Western Province Pens definitely bringing it to them and not allowing them just to walk over them. And it's going to be interesting to see how the second half goes.
Yeah, we'll be back at the start of the second half. Ladies and gents, don't go away. See you soon. Joined pitch side here by Kaylin Marie. Kaylin, how's the first half been for you?
I feel like we're playing really well. The girls just need to take their chances and get outcomes in 25. But I feel like we can put up a fight.
Yeah, comments from Coach Bryce is that we're starting to see a few moments of dynamic play. What do you think will be the next step that you need to convert and get something on the scoreboard?
I think we need to fill the zones and then find the extra pass in the circle. Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us, and good luck for the rest of the match.
Thank you so much.
Joining by Lillian du Plessis, scored the first goal in the first half. How's it going so far?
Yeah, I think it was nice to get the first goal. I think we want to keep going with that momentum and adaptability, and I think we need to get a couple more on in the back of the board before we.
I see you're about to go back on, so we're gonna check off. Thanks so much for your time. Anything
you.
special we need to look at?
No, just wish us luck. Thank
See
you.
you up top. Cheers, guys.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are almost about to start the second half of SPAR KZN Raiders against Western Province Pens. We just heard now from Pens player Kayla Marie and Raiders player Lillian du Plessis, and we're just waiting for the umpires and the rest of the halftime break to finish up, and we'll get the second half on the way. Please send through your comments and support of players, and we'll be sure to give you guys a shout out live here on air. We have Mish Lyle giving Amy Etherington some love, and Emily du Plessis joining Kate, who scored the KZN goal. It was Lillian du Plessis, and she's taken her tally now to 5 in just the second game. I'm sure she's going to look to push on to score another goal. Looked very dangerous in the first half, as did Donna Small. I thought she had a fantastic first half. Randall, what are your thoughts going into the second half here?
Give me a moment, I'm trying to catch my breath here, man. The stairs are high from down the pitch side. Yeah, no, it's quite clear that we're seeing a lot of confidence in the SPAR KZN ladies side. I think that'll be key to them maintaining their position in the field. As Kellen had mentioned, closing those pockets and taking advantage of the spaces that are being made available will be key for the Pens as the pushback happens.
Randall, what would you like to see a little bit more from the Western Province Pens in the second half?
Yeah, I think from my perspective, and this is a non-coaching perspective, just as a more of a management perspective, as Coach Paula and I discussed earlier on player management, you just want to see a little bit more confidence in the players. You want to see a little bit more communication, because it seems like they have, and as we say that, Klassen goes again, looking for another ball, running cross field, and a little bit of painful interaction there. Stick to the head.
She seems okay, up and running. Umpires have stopped time just to double check. She runs off, it's gonna run off the head injury, and we are back. Sam Smuts playing a lovely rolling slap. Just couldn't get Leanne. She was hoping for an overhead, as she's mentioned or pointed out to Sam Smuts there. Which I think I'd love to see a little bit more combination play between the Pens. I think that's where the Raiders have been really good. The good interplay, good 1-2s, running off each other, running through the lines. And I think the Pens have been slightly more individual, looking to take on one-on-one, and not getting their eyes up and identifying the dangerous space and players in space. So I think if they can change that a little bit, I think they're in here with a huge chance. Chelsea Tomlinson and Sam Smuts connecting over there. Sam Smuts with a bit of a direct ball, but too tame, and Jess O'Connor very happy to receive that ball. There's Den Bakker. As we see the Raiders love, fantastic little mini game on the side there. Might have been the foot, but play on, says the umpire. Rebecca Caps, dangerous as ever, but again, Jess O'Connor solid at the back there. She's been instrumental in keeping us clean sheet for the SPAR KZN Raiders and leaving under with not much to do, which is, I'm sure, the goalkeeper's happy about.
Yeah, it's always great when you can put your confidence in your defensive line, and it's clear that this, especially when we look at both of these sides defensively, the SPAR KZN ladies have been very, very good at managing situations in the lead. They've been managing those big balls coming through, as well as the individual skill that they come through. So when we look at the Pen side, they are doing extremely well in marking in maintaining these positions. But as we see this big drive coming up on the right side here by Donna Small, just finds the space and she still goes good, almost 50-yard burn.
Yeah, I think the West Bromwich Pens, no one really stepping onto her, and she was allowed to carry the ball quite far on the right hand side baseline, and either the goalkeeper's got to come out or one of the players needs to put pressure on and get the tackle, or at least put on a little bit more pressure. But
yeah, with the speed that she was going at, I don't think anybody really wanted to get in the way of that steam train.
yeah, as I said, Zonas Moores had a fantastic game at the beginning here. Here we go. This is what I like to see. The Pens have put on a bit of a higher press, not allowing the Raiders to easily transfer the ball, and I think that's something that in the first half that was pivotal to their attacks. But they've got it through the full press, and they are down that right hand side yet again. Another circle entry, and Donna Small just making it a little bit dangerous into the back of Sam Smuts.
I'm starting to think there's something in the water here in these half-time talks, because
Megan Price-Lewis asking a little bit too much of Leanne Lawrence there.
this is quite a big change in tempo from the SPAR KZN Raiders.
And there we see the Raiders allowed to transfer the ball down, and maybe the midfielders of the West Bromwich Pens got to get a little bit closer there. I think they're allowing the dangerous midfielders of the Raiders to receive the ball and go forward, which is it's going to turn into a lot of outcomes if you ask me. And
Okay, there's another card coming.
Janaka Swanepoel not happy with that. And was that a yellow card?
That was the yellow card for Kaylin Denbaka.
Emily Duplessis on the comments here. Go Lily and Jessie and Bobs and Pooms, all the ladies. Good hockey, yes. We love watching the hockey, and I think it's been a very good show of what South African hockey is about. The best in South Africa here at the IPT 2021. And we've got a good showcase here as we see West Bromwich Pens applying the pressure to the back line of the Raiders, but the experience of Jess O'Connor not taking the bait and easily transferred to the right hand side. The Raiders definitely are attacking on the right hand side more often than not. They move the ball to the left and then look for some midfield transfers back to the right. It's obviously something they've identified, and it's a very strong point as they've become very successful. Sam Smuts puts Nydia under lots of pressure as Lusanda Machali almost wins the ball and creates a nice counter attack.
Lusanda Machali, one of the sub-20-year-olds in the squad. Lots of pace.
Just 19 years of age.
Hey man, I said sub-20 for a reason.
That's a great infield break by Rebecca Caps. Unfortunately just lost track of the ball, and Lillian Duplessis cleans up, and it's a fast break started by Courtney Duprier, and Karen Swanepoel with a fantastic right to left tuck comes into the D. Is she going to connect or beat the goalkeeper? And she's gone to far post, and Lusanda has just missed it. And it was a golden opportunity there from the fast break from the SPAR KZN Raiders to go to the good. But luckily for West Bromwich Pens and Coach Inodia has gone just past the far post, and they can breathe a sigh of relief.
We had this discussion earlier about percentages, and yes, the goal was missed, but you need those percentages. You need to get more opportunities, and looking at what's been happening in this third check, it looks like they will be able to convert one at some point. Pens put a big cross ball in, fortunately not going their way. Another big cross ball, another one up the line, and Shana unable to hang on to that one.
Yeah, Megan Price-Lewis just cleaning up there on the ball. If she can move the ball quickly, they can transfer it to help side here. A lot of space. Playing into the midfield. I love to see the ball going into the midfield, really testing the press and the discipline of the KZN Raiders. And that's how you're going to create your space. Katie Marie just tucking it under her shoulder, but straight to a Raiders player. Now we have Sarah Bingham It's a lovely weighted pass for Kelsey Swanepoel to receive the ball, but unfortunately it was just too far ahead of her.
Imagine the pressure that she was receiving there from in Klaassen. Definitely adding a little bit extra.
It's a good skip pass there by Nadia. Transferred it to the right. Lots of space down the right hand side here. Jamie Chisholm hitting it on the 45, but easily collected by Lillian Duplessis. Sarah Bingham, unfortunately, just not connecting there with Courtney Dupree, and it's gone out on the sideline. I'd love to see the SPAR KZN Raiders maybe apply a little bit more pressure to the pen side here in the outlet. As we see them actually walking up, as I say that, Lusanda's starting to cut the field. Lillian marking Chelsea, and good pressure onto Sam Smuts, but well worked out. And I think Pence again just slow in that build up, both been a little bit slow, but some good combination play. I've been asking them for a combination play, but again, Jess O'Connor, absolute force defensively there, and Lillian driving. We don't want her driving at the D, and we've got Lusanda on the far post, unmarked. Lillian on her backhand. It's just gone on the near post, and it's a 16.
Half-time hero Kato Marie, unfortunately losing a stick there. What do you do in that situation as a striker? Do you just go and play the ball against the stick and get the short corner, or do you?
Well, I mean, we've got Lillian Duplessis on the backhand, and I think we can back her every single time there. Unfortunately, just gone near post with that shot. As you see Lizzie Steyn pick it up one-on-one with Jess O'Connor, and you don't want to go anywhere near her. She has a fantastic tackle, and I think she has a case there that she could maybe have been obstructed there by Lizzie Steyn. It was a great backhand block tackle. Rebecca Capps in the circle. She's got some fantastic tech work. Can she connect? It's gone across. It's a great save by Mbanda, and well cleared out there by the Raiders. And it's a golden opportunity to get back in the game there for Western Province Pens, but unfortunately,
quite possibly their best opportunity so far. But at the same time, put me Mbanda in goals. It's always going to be a little bit difficult to get
solid. Hasn't had too much action, but when called upon, has done exactly what she needed to and kept the clean sheet. I'm sure Michael Baker's very happy with that, making sure that she is switched on when called upon. I'd love to see the base of this pen side step a little bit higher. They're very deep, and allowing the Raiders to step up and apply pressure high up on the field. Not really going forward, they're actually going backwards every time they rotate the ball. Maybe the two fetches to go towards the ball, not stand behind, and as it's intercepted, Lusanda ball to Karen Swanepoel around the keeper, but unfortunately maybe just a little bit of hard hands, and the ball's gone over for a 16. But I think the Pens maybe just dropping off slightly there, not looking to go forward enough, and allowing the SPAR KZN Raiders to step up, and then the two fetches just standing behind the press and forcing the centre backs to play through, and it's intercepted. So I'm sure that's something that Coach Inode would love for them to improve in the last chaka. They're still in the game here. We've still got 20 or 19 minutes of game to play, 4 minutes in the third chaka and a full chaka after that, so it's anyone's game here at 1-0. Leanne Lawrence is not collecting the ball. Courtney Dupree tacks in, but great tackle there by Michelle Tallis, and we've got Noelle van der Walt starting the attack. Lizzie Steyn tacks it infield, but it's connected by Sarah Bingham. Jess O'Connor playing slightly higher up on the field at the moment. Looks like she's playing a little bit more in the midfield.
Yeah, we have about 3.5 minutes, just under 3.5 minutes left for the 3:15. Bryce, do you foresee something happening here? Are we going to have our Pens goal come through for the day?
Tough to say, Randall. I think if Pens want to get back in this game, they've definitely got to be a little bit more dynamic and clinical in the final third. And I would love to see them apply a lot of pressure. I mean, at the moment they've got nothing to lose. are 1-0 down. They need to get back in the game, but SPAR KZN Raiders enjoying, and turn the ball over in the D. Still in play, well kept in there by Kaden Marie. Runs it out, plays it inside, but it's well turned over by Lusanda Machali. She's been like a little Jack Russell up front there, not giving anyone time. Fast, dynamic, good angles, great centre forward pressing. At the moment on the right hand side, but yeah, I think the Raiders are looking a little bit more comfortable in possession and looking more dangerous in the final third. So I think at the moment I would say that they're possibly going to score the next goal, but you can never underestimate the Western Province Pen side. As you know, Western Province Pens always like to pull something out the bag and cause upsets with the top dogs.
Yeah, don't take me back to a few weeks ago in the beginning of October where Western Province Pens put the boys under 18A side under a lot of pressure.
As they're saying, stealing a couple yards there, taking the quick free hit. Leanne Lawrence winning the free hit, taking it quickly, but Michelle Yves said you've taken too much advantage there and asked to take it back. As they stand playing a long ball. Yeah, it's five players behind the ball there, only 2 players ahead with the 4 KZN defenders. I don't think that was a correct decision, giving it to the strikers who were outnumbered there, as they sent a striker herself. And I think when they have the ball, Pens, I think they've got to be a little bit more careful on the ball and actually try to work the KZN Raiders a bit more and create the opportunities. At the moment, the long balls, you got your experienced Jess O'Connor at the back, who's been cleaning up all game. And I'm sure she's happy to see long balls getting hit at her. Tatum Krause just not controlling the ball, then it's head of foot, and it's a free hit to the Pens. Just over 30 seconds to play in this final quarter. I'm sure the Pens don't want to turn any ball over here. I'm sure they're happy to go 1-0 down into the final quarter, or if they can get an opportunity here to equalise. But Donna Small again also having a fantastic game. Jess Lardent. And a lovely ball there by Kelsey Swanepoel through the lines, but Tatum Krause just unfortunately not gathering the ball. Couple seconds left. Don't think much is going to happen. And that is the end of the third chukker. All to play for, 15 minutes to go. Will we see the SPAR KZN Raiders extend the lead, or will we see the Western Province Pens come back into the game and put pressure on the SPAR KZN Raiders? We'll be back in a couple minutes. And that's the start of the final chukker. SPAR KZN Raiders in black playing from right to left if you have just joined us, and the Western Province Pens in the white and sky blue playing from left to right. SPAR KZN Raiders leading 1-0. Randall, how do you see this game ending up?
I think we don't see any kind of dynamic changes here from the pen side. It may still end 1-0, but I don't want to curse their development and their progression. At the same time, we see KZN, they are pushing and they are finding those little gaps. They're just unable to convert in those final 9 yards, so it's going to be a little bit tight.
Yeah, and straight away from the get-go we see that the SPAR KZN Raiders playing a bit more of a full press. I think I'm sure Coach Michael Baker is not going to be happy with a 1-0 lead, because it literally takes 15-20 seconds for a team to score, and when they score one, you don't want to get them back in the game and get their tails up. So I'm sure he wants the girls to go and extend the lead as Clarkson makes a fantastic 45 lead across from the centre of the field, taking one-on-one against Amy Etherington. Clarkson still in possession, no support. I'm sure she would love to just offload the ball into one of her midfielders or fellow players, as we see Michelle Tallis walk up the field. Bat, it's turned over, and Clarkson's got it again. Some double turnovers happening here. Clarkson a little bit tired and asking Coach Inhodia if he can please come off. See if she got hit on the hand, holding her hand as she walks to the bench. Good press here by Western Province Pens, not allowing the Raiders to move the ball from side to side, sort of channel blocking them here and looking to create a turnover, but a bit of a wild swipe there by Lazeste. Nothing too malicious, but just a gentle whistle-free hit for the Raiders, and it's a great tackle there by Kayla Marie, but unfortunately running out of space. And it's a good 45 ball across, but unfortunately Donna Small was just behind the ball there, and it was just ahead of her, so it's gone out. Please send through any comments and support of family, friends, siblings that are playing in this game. We'll be sure to give you a shout out here and at the Ladies Senior IPT 2021. ES Media Live doing the goods and bringing you the live pictures so you can watch them all around the world. I know we had Keegan Kruger from in Holland yesterday watching the game. And the umpires have deemed that is a deliberate hit out going over the baseline. And just for our viewers at home, it's not only inside the D when you hit over the baseline, there can be a penalty corner. It is anywhere inside the attacking 23. And umpire Michelle Hubert looking across to a co-umpire Janelle, and she said no, that is deliberately hit out and going nowhere else, and that is a penalty corner, and that is just what Coach Inhodia would want for the Western Province Pen side. A short corner, 3 minutes inside the last chucker, and if they can convert this, they will be straight back into the game. I'm sure Michael Baker will be watching intensely, hoping that he can rely on his defense. It's a good push. Kayla Marie with the straight poke, and it's defended. Lizzie Stein gets it, and it is a penalty stroke. It has hit Jess O'Connor on the line. She's saying it's hit her hand or stick, and it's not a penalty stroke. Unfortunately, there is no VAR over here, and the penalty stroke stands. This is exactly what the Western Province Pens want. Michelle Hubert just going across to Jonako Swanepoel to convert. Yes, and it is the penalty stroke. Jess O'Connor not happy with that decision. Pressure penalty stroke here. Manding goals. Fantastic keeper. Kaylin Marie. And it is converted. Western Province Pens back in the game. 1-1. 12 minutes to play. And I'm sure their tails are going to be up. Adrenaline pumping, and you always know, Randall, when a team scores from being down, they have their tails up for the next 1-2 minutes, and they start creating something out of nothing. And the team that's conceded maybe just going to their shower a little bit. So it's going to be a fantastic end to this game. Very exciting.
Yeah, no, we saw the same yesterday with EP scoring that first goal against the Western Province ladies in the last game of the day. What a change that makes to the side, and we are definitely excited to see what's going to happen here within the next few minutes as we roll down the last 11-ish minutes, and Pens are coming straight back at another big ball coming across. Cleared again by Mbanda, finding its way through, and Michelle Dubé seeing something on the side there. Liam Kloosman saying go Tatum XX. Hope everyone at home and at work is happy to be watching this. And as we say that the sun comes out.
Another fantastic day here in Cape Town. Some perfect weather to play some IPT hockey. And it's a great tackle by the Pens captain, Lizay Steyn, finding a one-touch pass to connect back to her. Western Province Pens with their tails up. Some good combination play there. Lizay can just roll the ball and get ahead of the game. I'm sure Pens want numbers ahead. The SPAR KZN Raiders have numbers back. And some good play by Rebecca Caps, winning the free. She can take it quickly. No one is 5 and she's driving straight into the circle. But it's well cleaned up there by Jess O'Connor and Amy Etherington. And it's a fast break on here with Sarah Bingham with some fantastic aerial skills. A little pop down the line. Looking for players to connect to. Finds Den Bakker, but it's turnover. Randall, I'll put you in Coach Inodia's shoes here. No, you don't have to be associated as a coach, but are you happy with the draw here? Would you try to see out the final 10 minutes, but with the quality of the Raiders, would you allow 10 minutes of pressure, or are you going to go try and get the winner?
Bryce, you know me well enough to know that we never accept a draw. We always go for the win. And looking at the pace and the morale in the team now, the way that everyone's playing together, it's gotten a lot louder very quickly. And as we say that, Miss Bingham sends a little deflection straight at Yana Marie Bottas. Oh, apologies, that is Grace Cochrane in goals now. But in times like this, you need to take advantage of the situation, take advantage of the psyche of your players, the mentality is there. Build on that, and another big drive coming in is Kayla Marie again, ever involved in defense. Looking for a big one. Not able to get the one of big shot comes off. Well done, Grace Cochrane. Short term, over the danger.
Unfortunately, West Bromwich Pens just not clearing the line, inviting more pressure inside the D, and I'm sure Coach Inode would not be happy with that, and rather safe than sorry. And I would love to have seen the Pens just hit it over the sideline there and set up the defensive press and not invite more pressure, but just trying to play it out the back there where maybe hitting it out was easier, and SPAR KZN Raiders with a prime opportunity here to go back in the lead.
Yeah, the problem is it is from where we are sitting, it looks really easy, but down on the turf, the pressure is real. What are you expecting?
I'm thinking they'll go to their banker and Lillian Duplessis with a flick really test Grace Cochrane in the goal box here. It is Lillian. It's a great flick, low to the left of the goalkeeper, but I think it's Nydia Vermeulen on the goal line. They're getting her stick onto the ball, so that's why it wasn't a penalty stroke. And then there must have been just a little foul that came on top after that, and it's a re-award. Fantastic flick by Lillian, and I think they might give her another opportunity. Maybe she'll switch it up and go to the left. Otherwise, they've tried to get Jess Larden in a few times, but it just hasn't been successful on the slip left. And it is Lillian, low to the left, going back to the injector. Well defended there by Michelle Tullis, and it's just coming off Donna Small, and it's a 16. 9 minutes to play, Randall.
Yeah, we're actually
It's
getting
been
the
an
crowd.
end-to-end.
The crowd are actually quite excited. They're supporting BB Pens here with a lot of noise and clapping and cheering. It's always exciting to see the underdogs come through.
And just a massive shout out here to our sponsors, Balgatech Sports and Fourways Online. Images brought to you live here at Hartlepool Cape Town Stadium, the home of Western Province Hockey. ES Media and Super Sports Schools app bringing you the visuals where you can watch anywhere in South Africa, as we see Amy Pert on a backhand but dangerous across Michelle Hubert, doing some good footwork there and just getting out the way of the ball. Another one of our sponsors, TK Sports. Thanks for everyone to getting involved and getting involved in the ladies IPT here. Could definitely not be here without you. And it's a good structured press by the Pens, but a good ball through the lines by Jess O'Connor, and it's Lusanda, but it's a great tackle there by Megan Price Lewis there in the Pens D.
These are the scenes that we're waiting for. We've been seeing the Raiders take advantage of the speed on the outside over and over and over throughout the first half of the first 3 checkers, but we're seeing now the Pens defenders having a lot more confidence. They seem to get there a lot quicker, shut down those longer runs, breakdown play outside of the D as often as possible. And that relieves quite a bit of pressure. So then you see sends one ball in, loose ball, Lusanda missed swing, and it's unfortunate Courtney Dupree who just connected a little bit of air there. And here they come back again. Jess Laurent looking for connection, finds Lorraine Duplessis, big backstick, saved by Jess Cochran, kept out.
It went through Grace Cochran's legs. She got the initial save on Megan Price Lewis just behind her and getting ahead of Lusanda and clearing the ball. SPAR KZN Raiders putting on some massive pressure. Lillian Duplessis with a fantastic backhand but no advantage, and it is a penalty corner. I think SPAR KZN Raiders really now getting into the last checker and definitely searching for that win and putting the Pens under a lot of pressure. I think the third penalty corner of this quarter, and it'll be interesting to see where they go with this. As we see Lillian Duplessis moves from Castle 1 to Castle 2, swapping with Kaylin Denbacher. Jess Laurent still on the slip. Is it going to be a slider back to the injector? We will find out now. And it's not, it's just a straight flick from the end, and it's Jess Laurent on the follow up, but dangerous. And another great save by Grace Cochran and kept out by the Pens.
Yeah, Jess Laurent looking for the bunt there.
The good old school bunt.
Well, Grace Cochran has been showing up here today. On fire, making sure nothing's coming through. Only 1 goal so far.
Kelly Marie unfortunately just not taking or just not receiving that pass, and as she had collected, it was a 3v3.
Apologies, we seem to have a little bit of interference.
Clausen just running out of space here again, stepping. She had a good game stepping in that right forward and left forward in the press.
Staten Krauts
just slips. Ooh, Michelle Bay said it's hit the stick. Oh no, she said it's hit her arm, which is not part of the stick. Only your hands are part of the stick, and that is why it's a foul. Lusanda applying some reverse pressure there, putting Sam Smats under pressure. A little bit more combination play coming through from the Pens here. It's lovely to see. We'd still love to see them just move the ball a little bit quicker and pass and move, get into space, create space, run into space, and I think they can be a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah, Mishla saying Jess Laurent bringing some heat. Go Jess. Yeah, Jess Laurent with the characteristic hairstyle today, standing out even more on the field than usual.
Please keep your comments coming through, and we have 4.5 minutes to go. Give us your predictions as who's going to be the winner of this game, or are we going to have a winner? Is it going to end in a stalemate? We'd love to hear your thoughts. As you see the Western Province Pens bench on your screens, Courtney Dupree, well intercepted by Sam Smart, and there's a fast break on here. Leanne Lawrence can just move it out wide between the two Pens players.
Clumsy tackle
There. I think it's going to be Sam Smuts who's... Ooh, the red card is shown but quickly taken back. And it's a 5-minute yellow card to Sam Smuts, and the Pens are going to end this game with 10 players on the field. Not what Coach Inodia would have wanted, but a bit of a loose pass out the back. Big ball in, Courtney Dupree on the ball inside P spot. It's hit the back stick, and it is a penalty corner. SPAR KZN Raiders putting on tons of pressure, and it's only a matter of time before I think they get one in the back of the net. As we see Coach Michael Baker walking onto the field, giving Jess O'Connor his instructions as what he wants from this penalty corner.
Yeah, no, for sure. Watching that red card come up was I took a deep breath here, and if it hadn't changed here, I probably would have passed out. I think we'll go back for the simple finish, or do you think we will see a slip?
Yeah, I think it's going to go to O'Connor. I mean, Duplessis. It's another great save.
That
Very
is
awkward.
a textbook
Very awkward.
book save. Use the maximum available area, and you know the trajectory of the ball will be up or down. So making sure that you have that vertical cover with maximum area from that pad.
Grace Cochran doing superb in the second half, coming on. Of course, we had Johanna Marie Burtis in the first half, also doing a fantastic job. But Grace Cochran definitely keeping the pen side in this game. And I'm sure if they take anything home from this game, she'll have a lot to do with that result. As we head almost into the final 3 minutes, Western Province Pens have a free hit inside SPAR KZN Raiders half. No forwards inside of the D. I'd love to see the strikers just get a little bit higher up. Of course, Pens one player down. As they stand infield break. Lovely left foot pass onto Claassen, who just had a little bit of a heavy touch, maybe just a bit of hard hands on that receive and losing control, and some good combination play there by the Raiders. You see Lusanda Machali again with a lot of speed and not allowing those Pens defenders any comfort at the back. Jamie Chisholm, that's deemed dangerous. Courtney Dupree not taking any time and she's gone quick. Lusanda Machali on the ball, left hand side base entry, and unfortunately just couldn't get the bouncing ball under control, and it's gone over as we head into the final 2.5 minutes. KZN Raiders applying a nice full press here against the Pens outlet. I think they're looking to get that winner in the final few minutes. 2 minutes to go, all to play for. Keep those comments coming through. Who do you think is going to get the winner, if there is going to be a winner? There's a great turnover in the press there by the Raiders. They've been fantastic in their pressing today. Looks like it could be a back stick, and it's advantage with no advantage played, and they'll come back with a back stick. Unfortunately, I think it was Amy Posey just rolling her wrist over the ball there, and it's in the back end of her stick and not flush on the side, and it's a free hit out. Jess O'Connor, Etherington on the backhand, but well intercepted there by Bryce Lewis. But again, Raiders turning the ball over high. Donna Small has been influential in today's game, driving on that right hand side, carries it into the right hand side on the baseline, pushes it across, and again, fantastic save there by Grace Cochran, but Lillian Duplessis on the backhand, off the keeper, onto the crossbar and into the goals, and that surely is the winner. Lillian has had a few opportunities on her backhand, and that one she has converted, and with just over 1 minute 20 seconds to play, you've got to say that's the winner. And a well-deserved winner to SPAR KZN Raiders, who have definitely been a bit more clinical and created way more opportunities high up on the field, but take nothing away from this Pens performance. And I think it's a little bit difficult for Coach Inodia to even think about taking off the goalkeeper, being a player down, and the amount of opportunities that the Raiders have had. And there's a little bit of confusion. There's 1 minute 20 on the scoreboard, but it has paused for a while ago. The hooter on the tech table is gone. That is the end of the game. SPAR KZN Raiders, coached by Michael Baker, 2. Western Province Pens, coached by Inodia, 1. Fantastic show of hockey here. And I think KZN SPAR Raiders definitely well-deserved winners in the second game of day 2 with the IPT Raiders going unbeaten now. They moved to 6 points. Western Province Pens yet to get a point, but great display from them in this game against a top side, and well-drilled SPAR KZN Raiders. Thanks for joining us on the stream. We are going to be heading down now to my co-commentator Randall, who's sideline on the pitch. Thanks for joining. From me, Bryce West, up here in the commentary. Goodbye.
Joined here by Captain Leanne from the Western Province Penn side. That was so close.
Yeah.
So close. What is the vibe been in the team so far in day 2?
Vibe's been great. I think we gave a hell of a performance, and it's a privilege to play against such a strong team. I think we really matched them. It was just unfortunate with that second goal, but I'm really happy with the team's performance and looking forward to where we're going.
We were speaking earlier with Coach Tundi about what's the secret sauce. How does a team like yours maintain this level of competitiveness in such a highly lauded league?
Wow. I think, like you said earlier, it's just the energy and the vibe. I think each player here is seen as the underdog, and that gives us an advantage to just play as a team and unite, and I think that's what gives us an edge.
What do you think will be the big thing going forward for you, just to pull off 1 or 2 wins before the end of this week?
I think staying as a team, keeping that vibe energy, especially when fatigue's setting in, and keeping our minds in the game all the time.
We wish you the best of luck. It's been a great 2 days so far.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Captain Jess O'Connor, tense moments?
Whew, that was way too intense. I don't know, like we made that very hard for ourselves, but I mean, good character shown to finally pull through right in the last couple seconds.
Yeah, no, from up in the commentary box we could feel the tension on the turf. What do you think will be the main takeaway from this match going forward?
Yeah, I think we didn't take our chances. We had a lot of easy opportunities, but I mean, if you don't score, the scoreboard doesn't go up, and unfortunately those chances kept coming and we weren't capitalizing, and we made it really difficult for ourselves.
Any secret messages from inside the team that you want to share with the rest of the viewers?
No, I don't know.
Thanks so much and good luck for the rest of the week.
Thank you so much. Cheers.